Okay, so this week we are going to be doing the AFC East over here on this side of the screen. 2 more weeks after this for this, obviously dead period here in the NFL. We're going to kick it off with the New England Patriots. I don't know, that should have went away before. We're going to go ahead and kick it off here with them. We're going to go to the Dolphins and the Bills and then the Jets. If you have not seen this series, I have done 4 videos, which I did literally all NFC side. I talked about explaining what I'm doing for this video, so you can go watch all 4 of those. I didn't really explain much in the AFC North video because I just wanted to get it done. This one here, I'm just going to kind of get through these 2 teams here because the Dolphins and the Patriots are just unknown. So just looking at this, like Eagles should be a loss. Dolphins, who knows? They probably split with them. Probably split with the Jets. Probably lose to the Cowboys. Saints is a winnable game. Raiders should be winnable. Probably get swept by the Bills. Maybe they somehow pull a rabbit out of a hat and they 1-1 with them. Dolphins again. It's gonna be hard. Commanders, I guess, is winnable. Colts should be winnable. Week 11 bye. That's not a bad bye at all to have. Giants, you have to go to MetLife. That's gonna be a really hard game. So I think you're gonna lose that one. Chargers is gonna be a close game. We'll say they lose that, and we'll say they beat the or they beat the Steelers, excuse me. They don't beat themselves. They beat the Steelers. Chiefs is going to be an L. Who knows with the Broncos? I don't know. Bills, again, probably swept, and then, maybe 1-1 or 0-2 against them. So I think their ceiling is maybe like 9 wins. I think they're going to have a really tough time. You got projected to be really good teams in the Jets, in the Bills, in your own division. If Miami can stay healthy, that's another team that, is going to be, projected to be good. So, you have one of the harder divisions. I can't put it that at the hardest because the Patriots are not that good and the Dolphins are a super unknown. And the Jets, it's like, okay, well, if Rodgers is good, then you have 2 good teams. If Rodgers is average and the team around him is average, then you just have the Bills who should win the division. And really the only competition is going to be the Jets, for the Bills this year. So I think you have some tough games. Chiefs are going to be a tough game. Who knows? You have to go 2 Mile High for Denver games. So that's always a tough thing too. These 2 are going to be interesting. Probably will lose to the Giants here. You have a couple winnable games in here. But I don't know how this team is going to look. Last year they were not that good. So I think 8-9 wins max is their ceiling. They just don't feel ready. I don't think Mac is the guy. I don't like Mac. As their QB, he's just not that good. So then we'll go over here to the Dolphins. So week 1 you have the Chargers. Okay. Let's say 2 he's decent. Let's just say he's decent. I think they should be able to win that. Should be able to win that. Probably gonna lose that if he's just an average-looking QB next year. Probably lose to the Giants. I think Giants are an up-and-coming team. Panthers should be able to win that. Lose to the Eagles. Probably split 1-1 with the Patriots. Probably you're gonna lose to the Chiefs. Have a Week 10 bye coming off the bye. You got the Raiders. Should be able to win that. Probably go 1-1 with the Jets. Should be able to beat the Commanders. Should be able to beat the Titans. Probably going to lose to the Cowboys. Going to lose to the Ravens. And then you have the Bills here again. And probably going to go 0-2. So maybe 10 wins. If he's average 9-10. If Tua is really good and shows the spark that he has shown and he can be really good. They can maybe get 12 wins, 13 wins. But I don't know. 1-1 with the Jets if the Jets are good or decent. 1-1 or 0-2 against the Bills. You end the year here. Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, Bills. That's a bad stretch to end with. Especially again if the Jets are good. That's 4 teams here that should be playoff teams, and that's not a good end of the year schedule for the Dolphins. So. Yeah, I think 10 wins max. I think you're looking at here. You have the Chiefs and you have the bye, and then you get a easy Raiders team there. But that's gonna be tough. Eagles week 7. Giants again. I think Giants are gonna be a tough team to beat. So, yeah, 10 wins max. That's that's it. It's just we'll see how the team looks and if the team can stay healthy. If Tua can stay healthy. Here we have the Buffalo Bills. I want to do the Jets last because, obviously we'll talk about Rodgers and whatnot. Woohoo. Should 1-1, 2-0 against the Jets. So we'll say 1-1 there. Should be able to beat the Raiders, Commanders. Should sweep the Dolphins. Jags game is going to be tough. They lost 9-6 last time. And they're hosting them this time. I said last time was in Jacksonville. This time they're hosting them. So Jacksonville's a better team this year than when they won 9-6 a couple years ago. That was going to be a tough game. That might be a coin flip toss up. No pun intended there, but that's going to be a really hard game to pick. So let's say they lose. I think the Giants are going to give them a fight. I think they should be able to beat the Giants. Probably sweep the Patriots. You have the Bucs here. You should be able to beat. I think you lose to the Bengals. You host Denver. So I think you should be able to do that, especially if they're decent. Jets again 1-1 or 2-0. Philly week 12. I'll say they lose that one. That's gonna be a really tough game. You have to go on the road too. Week 13 bye. Come on to the bye. You have to go. You have to go to Philly, who just made the Super Bowl. You have a bye, and then you have to go to the Super Bowl champions. So you have the NFC champions and the Super Bowl champions basically back to back with a bye in between. That's gonna be tough. And you have to go on the road to both. Both are on the road, so I think that's going to be really tough. Obviously, you're going to have a second week here. I think, you know what? We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They beat the Chiefs on the road. I'm going to say that. 2 weeks to prepare for the Chiefs after losing to the Eagles. I'm going to say they beat the Chiefs on the road. We'll do that. Cowboys, it's going to be a tough game. I think they should be able to do that. I think they, win that one. I think that's possible. Chargers, I think they should be able to win. Again, probably sweep. You have a pretty easy week 16, 17, and 18. So I think maybe if they stay healthy and play good, coaching good and whatnot, everything like that, I think they could win maybe 12 games. 13 at the very max, but I think 11, 12, especially maybe they lose to the Chiefs and the Eagles. Maybe they lose to the Cowboys. So I think between 11 and 13, I would lean more towards 11 than I would the 13. But again, if you can, go 1-1 against the Jets, if you can sweep the Dolphins, if you can sweep the Patriots, that's 5 wins right there. So then you have decent schedule here. You have the Chargers, you have Broncos, you have the Buccaneers. Oh, and the Bengals. They're probably gonna lose to the Bengals too. Giants are gonna be a hard one. Jags are gonna be a hard one. Commanders and Raiders should be good. So I think again 11, 12 wins, 13 at the very max, I think is possible for this team, especially, again, if they look really good. So, now we have on the former Packers QB heading to the Jets. He's going to be QB for the Jets here. We'll say they split with the Bills. Then they have to go to Rodgers' Lambeau South, and they got to take on their sons, the Dallas Cowboys. So, I think that's possible. I wish this was week 8 or 9, but whatever, week 2. We get on week 2. I think they could beat the Cowboys. I think Rodgers just has the number. He just has the Cowboys number. Sorry, not sorry. Patriots, I think they could probably split with, especially if Rodgers is good, they could double. They could, sweep them. But I think, 1-1 is there. Probably going to lose to the Chiefs. Should be able to beat the Broncos. Probably going to lose to the Eagles. Have a bye here. Play the Giants. They probably could beat the Giants. I think they could. It's MetLife, so it's same stadium, Jets, Giants, and MetLife. Then you have the Chargers should be beatable. Raiders should be beatable. Again, 1-1 minimum here, or 1-1 probably max. Against the Bills, should be able to beat the Dolphins. Maybe go 1-1 against them. Falcons should be able to beat them. Texans should be able to beat them. Commanders should be able to beat them. Browns, you should be able to beat them. Hopefully. Hopefully. And then you have the Patriots week 18. Obviously, I kind of skipped over the Dolphins week 15. But again, we're just talking, 1-1 against probably these two teams right here. So, so I think it's maybe 10, 11 wins. Obviously, they keep bringing in former Packers. But the thing that not a lot of people are going to be talking about is you have to get acclimated to all the, the new surroundings, new teammates, new chemistries and whatnot. And obviously you have Nathaniel Hackett, who is going to make everyone that was a former Packer their life a lot easier because they know, his play style and his playbook and whatnot. That's gonna be interesting. But how is Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner and obviously Nathaniel Hackett doesn't do defense, but how are these non-Packer players gonna get used to this Packer playbook? Are they gonna be able to step up and week 2 just come out of the gates here flying and they go 2-0 against some of the better teams here, and then are they gonna go flying and beat the Chiefs week 4 and then beat the Eagles week 6? I don't know. I really don't. I think they're gonna struggle against the Chiefs, struggle against the Eagles. I think they should be able to beat the Cowboys. They might struggle a little bit. And then you have the Bills twice a year. It's going to be really hard to win 2 games against the Bills. I'm telling you that right now. So, out of the gates here, these first 6 weeks up to the bye, it's going to be tough. Like, you have some give-me's, like the Broncos, like the Patriots. But, if those are the only 2 games you should win, it's not a good start to the year. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 losses here. That's 2-4. 2-4 to start off the year, heading into your bye, and then you're gonna have the Giants, who are gonna give you trouble. I think they should be able to beat the Giants. Giants are gonna probably give you trouble though. If you lose that, then you're 2-5 heading into week 9, basically the middle of the season. So I want to see how they play this first stretch here. They have it a little bit easier here in the second stretch. Well, really after the bye, I guess Dolphins and Bills are the only teams that made, and the Giants are the only teams that made the playoffs. So if they can come out, if they can beat the Chiefs or the Eagles or the Cowboys or the Bills and beat a couple of them and have like 3 to 4 wins by week 7, I think then it's like, okay, then this team is going to be a playoff contender. They're going to be fighting for a Super Bowl. But if they come out and they only beat the Broncos and they only beat the Patriots heading into their bye, it's not going to be a good look at all. So that's why, I think 10 wins, 11 wins max for them. This first stretch here is tough. So we'll see how they do. If they survive that and they do decent, then you just you can coast the rest of the year. But you can't just be an autopilot, because then you can lose to the Texans or the Falcons or the Raiders or the Chargers or the Browns, Commanders, stuff like that. So it's gonna be really interesting. Really interesting to see the start of this year for them. So, Bills, Jets contending for the top spot here. Dolphins are a wild card team, an X-Factor team where it's like, I don't know what to think with them. I don't know what they're going to do. So, and then you have the Patriots, probably going to be 4th in the division. So, for now, like the video, share the video, don't subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Who's winning the AFC East? How many wins are the Jets going to get? Because obviously everyone wants to talk about the Jets. So let me know that down in the comments below, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Peace.